Hello, everybody. Welcome back to another movie reaction. Today, it's Thursday. So, we're going to be picking something, well, mainly me. I chose to pick something that is not on the polls. It's something that I personally wanted to check out myself. So, it kind of allows me to have a little bit more fun with the scheduling and all that good stuff. And today, we're going to be looking at the movie, the M. Night Shyamalan movie, Unbreakable. Now, I've seen this when I was a little kid. Young enough to, love the movie, I remember, but not really appreciating it from a filmmaking perspective. Now, this came out in the 2000s, so when I say that I was really young, I was really young. I probably was about like 6 years old. Just looking up at the screen was like, whoa, that's cool. But like now that I'm an actual filmmaker and I know a little bit behind the scenes on how things are made, and I can have a little bit more of a mature take on the story behind the camera work and all that good stuff, I decided to kind of step right back into Unbreakable. At first I was going to look at The Happening and kind of do like a more funnier reaction thing, but I kind of wanted to obviously show some appreciation to M. Night Shyamalan, because despite whatever you think of him, he is an incredible filmmaker, and a unique one at that, which I always give top regards to, whether their work is good or whether their work is bad. So I really wanted to showcase some of his rather like incredible highlights first before we step into the more crazier films that he made, like The Happening and, dare I should say, The Last Airbender. But before we stop into those crazier ones, I just want to give a shout out to all you guys out there. You guys, like, we're at 4,000 subscribers. That's incredible. At such a speed too. Like, I remember, only having 400 subscribers, and not to say that, that was small at all. That was still like 400 of you guys, but we're at 4,000 now. That's incredible. I just want to say thank you for making this community just so welcoming, and I'm happy to hold this sanctuary of a place to, have really awesome dialogue about films and just being nice people to each other. I think the energy here is fantastic, and it's positive, and it's constructive criticism in terms of a film, or maybe film that you can possibly make in the future, just by discussing it with other people. And for those of you who don't comment, I just want to say thank you as well too. I mean, I know there's plenty of you out there that, either think or feel the same way, but just don't choose to comment. But I just want you to know that I do see you and I do appreciate you. Thank you. Another special appreciation to the Patreon members out there. My goodness, it is growing. I mean, I'm excited because once we hit that threshold, I'm going to try and do a really cool video. So if you want to be a part of that, definitely check out the Patreon. But we're getting close. We're about I think 25 people away from our benchmark goal. So when that happens, I'm gonna release something, so it basically involves all the Patreon members, and yeah, it's gonna be something awesome. So stay tuned for that. I just want to say thank you guys to the Patreon people out there for not only being super supportive, but for also selecting some incredible films. Like, the following weeks are gonna be incredible, so stay tuned, everybody. But let me stop talking. I just wanted to show some love to you guys. Let's get right into the movie Unbreakable. Well, that's a great way to showcase how involved comic books are in this culture, for sure. That's a lot of time.
Did you drop him?
Oh, man.
Did you drop this baby?
Jesus Christ, no.
What, something? Well, I'm assuming something's wrong with the baby then, because, yeah, they're definitely seeing something is up.
His arms and his legs are broken.
Oh, my goodness. What? I mean, talk about a background, a background on a character, I'm assuming. Very comic book like. Jeez, that's insane. Very interesting that the title is called Unbreakable, and the first thing we see is, an infant having, said to have fractures within while being in, its mother's womb. Also, much love to Philadelphia. Represent. If you guys didn't know, I'm from Philadelphia, so it's dope seeing films made around this area. It's pretty cool. I love this take right now. I love what they're doing with the camera. They're not really cutting away. They're just kind of going back and forth, just rotating the camera and using the space between the seats as the frame. Maybe just to showcase how isolated the two really are. Wow. That was a really long take on his face right there. I love it when movies do something like that because it maybe signifies like something, you know, could be happening that's not usual. Huh. I wonder what happened there. Something happened with the train?
If you're just tuning in, East Rail train number 177 has derailed just outside Philadelphia, and we're bringing you live coverage from Skycam 4.
Whoa. Oh, snap. So I'm gonna assume that was the train that the main character was on?
Few minutes, you will officially be the only survivor of this train wreck. And two, because you didn't break one bone.
It's interesting, kind of like doing like a parallel between the first scene where the baby was introduced because of her bone, its bones were broken. But here, the main character didn't break anything. Didn't even get a scratch after a train wreck that basically killed everyone. Yeah, that's great filmmaking right there. It's the subtleties of that. You know? They did a little bit in the beginning scenes, showing, not telling. Always remember that when you're making a film, or at least attempt to try and do that. Incorporate it in a way that strengthens your story rather than just simply explaining it. Ooh, nice shot. And I know where that is, too. Man, it's just so cool seeing these locations. I believe that, yeah, that's Penn. That's the, usually where they hold, like, the Penn relays at. It's really cool seeing these landmarks.
No more sitting in this room.
I love it when stories do that. A frame within a frame. I love shots like that. Those always get me excited.
Someone's gonna take it. Then you better get out there soon.
I love this because, this dialogue right here, it could potentially be this character's ideology when it jumps back forward in the future, you know? I was wondering when they were going to weave it in. Yep. Oh, that's cool what they're doing. Nice. That was really cool. Haven't seen that comic book, but definitely looks like it's a banger.
And one of us has made a gross error and wasted the other person's valuable time. This is an art gallery, my friend. And this is a piece of art.
Well, we know how he feels now about that. Jeez. My goodness, man. Samuel L. Jackson did a fantastic job in that scene, too, by the way.
This morning was the first morning that I could remember that I didn't open my eyes and feel sadness.
That's really interesting. We kind of already felt that by how he carried himself throughout this film so far, but he finally said that now. Oh, wow, that's a cool frame. What? That's pretty cool. Yeah, this shot right here almost looks like a comic book in itself. Just casually having a gun in your underwear, that's Philly.
Be like it was in the beginning. It's a big deal that you walked away from that train like it's a second chance.
Now, I was wondering how she felt about the whole thing because I was about to say, I was like, she didn't really react in a way like, oh my God, that was a miracle. But I guess it was all built up because of their previous issues. And it just all kind of just like exploded here.
tax accountant. You could have owned your own gym. You could have opened a chain of restaurants. You could have done one of 10,000 things. But in the end, you chose to protect people.
I love this frame. I love this frame. I've said it multiple times in my previous videos, especially ones that kind of actually were inspired by comic books and manga or manhwa, that, you know, something that you can take from, you know, those sort of areas of storytelling is how you can frame a shot, because they're literally panel by panel by panel. And like just that shot right there was an awesome way at telling a story, you know, just filling up the frame with a really interesting background, foreground, midground, and all of it combined with obviously other factors can really make whatever you showcase in the screen really enjoyable and just a lot more interesting to look at. So just take like a couple seconds or minutes to really understand the shot that you're going to present to your audience, because I guarantee it goes a long way.
But he might not have been carrying anything.
But he might have been carrying a silver gun with a black grip tucked in his pants.
Yeah, that's very true. That was very specific. Yeah, I really do wonder what this guy's motive is. I mean, it seems like he's trying to have this guy manifest his powers or his skill. And I'm not sure, is it, you know, if it's just because of the fact that, you know, he's just obsessed with comic books, or that, you know, he really sees something, you know, within this guy. Wow. Who would have thought that a set of stairs could be so intimidating? I love what they did with the camera on that one. Wow. He did have the gun. Holy crap. Just wish you found that out sooner before you broke every bone in your body, man. Oh my goodness. And trust me, those stairs are not clean.
You put too much. That's 250 pounds.
How much can you lift?
Jeez.
That's the most I ever lifted.
That's what I'm about to say. I was like, you just bench pressed 250 pounds like it was nothing, man. Looks like there was more weight on them. Did the kid put more weight on them or something?
How much did you take off?
I lied.
Yo. Holy crap. How much was on there then? Yo, what is that, like 300 pounds? Are you kidding me?
More.
Okay.
And a beautiful thing about this is, you know, this isn't just him bench pressing just for the sake of it. Like, this dialogue that he's having with his son is kind of like a reflection of like what, you know, he really strived for in his younger days, what I'm assuming. So this bench pressing isn't just simple bench pressing. It's just him kind of like trying to retake what was his. And in a way, that's like almost heroic in a very comic book manner.
There were 14 breaks. Simply shattered.
You call me Mr. Glass.
Who does?
Kids.
Meanwhile, he's in the hospital with severe broken bones all over his body. It almost seems like he's about to be the villain, and, you know, Bruce Willis' character is going to be the hero. That's what's being depicted. He said they were like opposites of each other, but yet, you know, two sides of the same coin.
Elijah, right? We're going to prevent any...
Wow. Yes. That was cool. Dang. So that's going to add a whole new level of complexity to this. Ah, he's practicing his skill. He's starting to believe it a little bit more. Yo, what? What an awesome superpower. Like, I don't even understand. I don't even know if it is a superpower. Is it just like a skill that he has? Holy crap, is that M. Night Shyamalan himself? That's awesome. Nice. That's so cool.
Your dad. I bet my dad could beat up your dad.
I'm pretty sure your dad will get stomped by Bruce Willis, so let's just stop it right there.
The kids still tell about it, like it was some sort of ghost story. Did you know there was a kid nearly drowned in that pool?
Oh, yeah, because doesn't he have a fear of water, right? Wasn't that said?
Oh my god. You don't believe? I'll show you. You can't get hurt.
Holy crap. What the heck?
Joseph, did you load that gun?
You won't get hurt.
Elijah was wrong.
Yo, whoa.
Like Elijah, their mind gets hurt too. When they start to think things that aren't true. He told me what he thought about your father.
This is insane. What are they about? Yo, this guy's about to shoot his dad.
Don't do it. He'll die, Joseph. Just shoot him once.
Joseph, listen to what your mother...
Yo, this dude's really about to shoot his father. What is going on? This escalated very quickly.
1, 2...
Yo, that was what? That was a little crazy. I was a little taken aback from that. Oh my god. Yo, what the heck?
Man, I don't care if you are in a wheelchair. If you do that again, I'm calling 5-0.
That's crazy. What's going on with him? Why is he attacking the comic books? Is he... Yo, he's really becoming a villain. I can just see it in his face.
How much for this one?
So far, I'm really enjoying this film. Like, it's super enjoyable to watch. I love their take on the whole superheroes sort of theme that's happening. I wonder what would have happened if this came out in, like, what? A couple years ago? You know, especially with all these superhero movies now, I feel like this would have been a really interesting take on the superhero genre, especially now more than ever.
Unreal it may seem, we are connected, you and I. We are on the same curve, just on opposite ends.
Yeah, that seems to be the theme going on. Like, they're same coin, just on different sides. Oh, wow. It's just going to be kind of like the first time we actually see him awaken his powers or something. Yo, that is... Oh, man. So that dude's a whole murderer. Whoa. Yeah, you gotta stop him. As much as I would love to have you stop the other people, he's actually... He murdered somebody. Love the music here as well. Like, I've been noticing it here and there, but it's really getting to me right here. Oh my goodness. Oh man. He had them locked up. That's crazy. It's really satisfying seeing him literally become a hero now. Love this frame. Wow. This is really cool. I love how they're using like the foreground within these frames. It's kind of similar to what they did and to previously what they did with these frames, but in the beginning of the film when they were using the camera between those seats and the train. Just brings more life to the storytelling. Oh no. Oh no, is he in the pool? He's gonna start freaking out? Come on, man. You have to get through it. Oh, that makes it much worse. Oh no. You know, it's so interesting because, like, in this movie, obviously things like this, I mean, if this isn't your fear, then it's okay. But, like, similar to how Isaiah looked at the set of stairs, you know, the camera and the storytelling amplify these fears that these characters have. Next thing you know, we see those stairs and we're like, holy crap. Same thing is kind of being applied here. Music is incredible. What the heck? Why is it so good? Yeah. Yeah, here we go. Yeah, you can't really break free from him. I don't think he really feels those punches. Look at how this camera angle is just kind of like following these guys from like an up top advantage. That's super interesting. Whoa. I love how that wasn't exaggerated. You know, like I love that it still kept its very realistic, grounded in this universe feeling. You know, it wasn't just, you know, him doing some superpower type stuff and whatnot. Like, it was very real and very true to this story that's being told here. But yet it still felt very heroic. That was cool. That was pretty cool how they did that. I like that.
Tell me something, David. When you woke up this morning, was it still there?
The sadness? My man is becoming a mastermind villain by the second. Oh, is he gonna plan? He planned this. He set this up. Wow.
Passengers aren't allowed in there.
He set this up. Holy crap, man. Holy crap, man. Talk about a villain. I knew there was something about him that was villainous. I knew it. He caused all those accidents to find this man.
To not know your place in this world, not know why you're here. It's just an awful feeling.
But now you gave him a reason to live because he found you. Damn.
Killed all those people. But I found you.
Wow. This is crazy. This is crazy. Oh my God.
Now that we know who you are.
You know who I am.
I know who I am.
Wow. Glad your price is now in the institution for the criminally insane. Holy crap, man. That was awesome. What the heck? That was really cool. Dang. So that's Unbreakable, guys. All right, everybody, and that wraps up Unbreakable. Okay, so yeah, I'm happy I revisited this film with, you know, a little bit more background knowledge of filmmaking because, man, like, this film was incredibly well shot. And obviously, like, you know, the films that I've been watching, the cinematography, you know, in those films are spectacular, but I truly love it when, like, when the camera's moving, it just feels organic. It feels like it's supposed to move in the universe where the story is being told. it doesn't break that illusion. And I really loved how much they played around with moving the camera and then setting up these frames almost representing that of a comic book. And I could tell that, M. Night Shyamalan, he did a lot of really cool research and, had really great respect towards understanding that, because it really does show not just within the frames, but within the characters as well. So, I mean, Bruce Willis's character was, layered. I mean, even just with his past, I was blown away by how well they went into, his fears and his reasonings to doing certain things. Like, it wasn't just a simple fact of, oh, it's just a matter of fact, it was just, there was reasonings that we were able to unlock as the stories went on, and it wasn't just simply told to us, it was shown to us, and for us to later find out and piece things together ourselves. I like that the film wasn't playing dumb with us. It held our hands here and there, but like, it allowed us to come to certain conclusions in our own free will, just by simply showing rather than telling. Hence why it's important to do that in films. I love Elijah's character. I think, his character for me was my favorite in this film because of the fact of, that reveal in the end. That reveal in the end was just so, man, like I felt it. As soon as he was like, hey, shake my hand, I think this is the time where we shake hands. And knowing Bruce Willis's character's powers and skill, man, like, oh, that's when I knew it. I was like, no, there's something up. There's something up here, because each and every time we see him, he's like evolving, and like, you can just tell something was about to happen. And as soon as I saw that, I was like, oh my God, he's the mastermind behind it all. That's crazy. This film was incredible. I would say, like, the one thing that I had a little bit of like not necessarily an issue, but it was just a questionable, was the son. Now, I get what they were trying to do with the son in this in this story. However, I felt like when certain scenes escalated, they didn't truly pay off, because maybe we didn't have enough time with this kid. And granted, we had enough time with the father and the son, building a little bit of connection with that. However, the scene that I'm talking about, the whole gun scene, I think that was a little bit too much of an escalation for what was shown to us. I understand it. However, in my opinion, I just felt like that kind of came off as a little bit like, wow, like, whoa, okay, like, this is crazy. However, I do respect and I understand it, and I understand what they were going for. But that was the only thing that kind of like, kind of took me out a little bit. But other than that, this film is incredible. I love what M. Night Shyamalan did to this whole hero aspect, this whole comic book aspect, and it's just so interesting seeing this, especially now during when, Marvel Universe and DC Universe is like ruling the movie theaters and everything like that. It's really cool seeing films like this, and then, Daredevil even take a more realistic approach where it doesn't have to be, super gritty, but it's just more realistic. They're in their own universes. It doesn't have to be flying through the sky and shooting planets out of their orbit or whatnot. I really respect this film for what it did. So thank you guys for tuning in. This was awesome. I'm happy that you guys are digging this channel. I'm happy that you guys are even learning from this channel as well too, and I appreciate you guys for educating me on these films as well too. If there's something that I've missed or something that is a fun fact that you want to share, please comment below. I'm always looking forward to learning more about these certain films. It helps my education as well too. Shout out to the Patreon people. I hope you guys enjoy the full-length version. I say a lot more in those versions, so definitely check that out. And like always, guys, be safe, be healthy, stay hydrated, because we are just getting started.
Purple jacket, pocket full of weed, everything that I should ever need. Grab some matches cause they give them free, just like my time. Hair pulled back in the backseat.